am professionally is I'm a psychedelic facilitator, but I'm also coming from a clinical and a transpersonal orientation. And the reason I want to specifically name the transpersonal piece is that it has a long history in the psychedelic sciences tradition. The orientation that I have, even though it's maybe transcends science in some areas, incorporates science.
I'm a professor at Naropa, have been here almost 15 years. I teach in the transpersonal counseling psychology. We train master's level students to be therapists. Daniel and I have both been interested in this field for a long time. DMT is the only thing we know of that actually predictably gives a lot of people the same thought of having an alternative reality with alternative beings. So that's Daniel and my primary interest, is that it's the only compound we know of that has that particular quality. Daniel and I are talking very early steps in this research right now. Finding people who are interested to join us, people who have other ideas that might expand the wealth of interest and understanding that we have, so that we don't leave voices out of this investigation. What does the orientation look like? What does the safety look like when someone's actually psychonauting? And then how do we integrate those experiences back into this reality? So we want to do it right. We want to take a look at each aspect carefully and be thoughtfully and make sure that safety issues and the legal issues are carefully investigated. And then, medicinal value. I think we already know that transcendent, transpersonal peak experiences are incredibly valued by human beings. They're of the most important experiences they have in their lifetimes. If we could extend that and make those a little more available, I think it would be a huge value to people's lives. I invite you to become interested. If you are interested, contact us. We're looking at creating a team of people, lots of people that have interests that could form focus groups and so forth to brainstorm and create ideas and directly influence the research at the very earliest levels. So I invite you to come to our first major activity, which I believe is going to be the 16th of December at Vali Soul, and just enter into the conversation with us as fellow psychonauts and investigators. We would really love to have your input.
I think it's important that our community and myself acknowledge the privilege of doing this work, and that there's so many powerful human beings that haven't had the opportunities that we do.